What's up, guys? It's Gene here to give you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for March 14, 2017. We had a pretty standard show. They're just trying to build up to, the storylines for WrestleMania going forward and just trying to establish some of the matches that are going to happen and probably trying to include some of the people who may not have anything to do or may be included in some matches. They're trying to get them involved in some of the other matches as well. So let's get into it. Now, if we remember last week after SmackDown went off, AJ Styles went ballistic and just went crazy after he lost to Randy Orton and started yelling at Shane McMahon and everybody that was backstage and Gorilla and everything. It just was going crazy and had to be removed away from Shane McMahon. So SmackDown started off with Daniel Bryan on the phone laughing about Miz having a Miz TV segment, and it's going to be an extra special episode or something like that. And he's talking about they're going to hear from Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss will face off against Mickie James. And then AJ Styles walks in. He walks in and just demands to see Shane McMahon. And Daniel tells him to calm down. Shane isn't here yet. What do you want? AJ says that if somebody else tells him to calm down, he's going to slap them in the face. Daniel was like, oh yeah? And AJ was like, well, I can't do anything to you, but I can do something to Shane. So just, let me know when he gets here. But I'm going to go out there and say something. So he comes to the ring. He says he's sick and tired of being messed with by Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. You would think the greatest superstar in the WWE would have the red carpet laid out for him so he can be in the main event of WrestleMania. He said that he has to jump through hoops like a circus monkey when John Cena didn't have to do that to get a shot at him when he had the title. Cena just went in, asked Daniel Bryan, his brother-in-law, or whatever, technically his brother-in-law, for a match, and he got that. Then AJ lost the title to Cena, didn't get his one-on-one rematch. He got a triple threat match he didn't want, and an elimination chamber, something else he didn't want. Then there was the Battle Royal controversy with him and Luke Harper, leading to him beating Luke Harper 1-2-3 for his opportunity. And then Randy Orton burned down Bray Wyatt's house. He doesn't get arrested or goes to jail. He goes to WrestleMania. So anyone who knows the business knows that he had the best year of 2016, facts, and he put SmackDown Live back on the map, and he is the reason everyone at home is watching. Everybody is there to see him, and how does he get rewarded for it? He does not have a match at WrestleMania. So he said he's taking a stand. He won't do anything to Daniel Bryan, but Shane McMahon is a different story. When he gets there, they'll have a conversation about his career, if he even has one. And then he throws down the mic and walks away. So that's just pretty much the main story going on tonight, is he was waiting for Shane McMahon to arrive so they could have a quote-unquote conversation. We all know what that meant. We'll get into that in a minute. So the first match we got, Becky Lynch and Natalya. Becky trying to get some revenge last week after Natalya attacked her, and they were partners in the tag team match against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Or was that who they faced? Yeah. So Becky was on fire in the beginning of the match because Natalya was the reason they lost. She hit her with a suplex and they lost the match because of that. So she had Natty on the run for most of the match. Didn't take long for the momentum to swing though, because the match didn't go that long. They fought on the outside of the ring a little bit. Natty hit like a Michinoku driver, which was pretty cool. A little bit of back and forth. And then, when Natty had the advantage, she slapped Becky Lynch in the face, which fired her up. She went for a comeback, which Natty stopped mid comeback and put her on the top rope. But she got caught. Becky hooked her arm and flipped off of the top rope and put her into the disarmer for the win. So Becky gets a little bit of revenge there as she beats Natalya. But then after the match, Becky gets attacked by Carmella. Carmella gets in the ring and hits her with a super kick and lays her out, pretty much insinuating she's going to be in the Women's Championship match. Whatever type of match is going to be at WrestleMania, any available women on the roster will be in the match. And I still think Naomi's going to be back in time for that. So we'll just stay tuned to see if anybody else other than Naomi gets involved. Please not Eva Marie. Please not Eva Marie. I have a feeling they're going to do that too. But yeah, that was a pretty solid match. And just building towards the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania there. Nothing more other than that. They had a camera panning to AJ Styles backstage, who was waiting in the parking lot area for Shane to show up. He was just pacing back and forth, wasn't saying anything, just pacing. And then Carmella was asked by, I think her name is Dasha, why she attacked Becky, and she was like, well, Daniel Bryan said every chick was available to compete against Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania, so you're looking at the next women's champion. Short, sweet, to the point. She expressed her intentions of why she went out there and tried to make a statement, and she inserted herself into the women's championship match. Completely fine with that. Miz TV, a very special edition of Miz TV. Miz comes out and says he has very special guests, and they are the it couple, Miz and Maurice. So him and Maurice are special guests on his own show. He says the reason everyone has been talking about them is because they're exposing John Cena and Nikki Bella as frauds. They showed the video clip of them attacking them last week after they won their match against, I think it was Carmella and James Ellsworth. Yep, that was the match. They had the mixed tag match. They haven't hit the tip of the iceberg yet. And then they showed the Talking Smack segment where Miz went on to verbally abuse John Cena once again, and Nikki Bella, and Maurice chimed in too. Which was a pretty cool Talking Smack segment. If you guys haven't checked that out, you should go watch it. And then Miz says Nikki Bella will never get a ring like Maurice has, because Maurice showed that off on Talking Smack, because John Cena is fake and he's a phony, and Maurice says that Nikki Bella is 10 times worse than he is. She begged E! Network not to show something because it would ruin her image or something, and she talks about how Nikki Bella stabbed her in the back. She was supposed to come back a long time ago and originally be a part of the, first season of Total Divas, but, Nikki told her to hold off and wait because she could get her a better contract. WWE winded up taking it off the table, and she told her not to worry about it. She'll take care of it because she's dating John Cena and she's untouchable. Apparently they were best friends or something like that. And then, after not hearing from her for a while, she sent her a text message that her and Brie would be on the first season of Total Divas instead. Marie said she was hurt and embarrassed, and Nikki took money out of her pocket, and she's going to make her suffer as much as she suffered. She's going to expose her as a lying, backstabbing bitch. And then that's when John Cena's music hits, and he and Nikki Bella come out, and they stop. Cena's like, wait, what should we do here? And then she was like, I think we should go get them. They sprint towards the ring, get in the ring. Miz and Maurice exit. They take the powder and get out of the ring. Cena grabs the mic, and Nikki Bella snatched it away from him. She's like, no. My time to talk. I'm going to talk, not you. I got something to say. And she asked Maurice if she's crazy. She said, if she had the power to block a contract, why would Maurice be standing here right now? She says once her and Brie got the contract for Total Divas, Maurice stabbed her in the back, which didn't make sense because she didn't really explain how. Nikki says she didn't steal her money out of her pocket, and Maurice does it to the fans by standing there like a brainless, spineless blow-up doll right next to a sad excuse for a man like The Miz. So she's giving her the opportunity to woman up, get in the ring so she can kick her ass. And then Miz grabbed the mic and was like, he told her, he was like, you can't make up matches. What do you think you are, John Cena? And Cena's just standing there like, what the hell? And and then he says Maurice has nothing to prove, so she's not going to have a match with her. And then Daniel Bryan comes out because Miz was like, all right, that's been Miz TV. Thank you guys. We're gone from here. We're out. And Daniel Bryan comes out and he says, hey, Miz, what do you think you are, the general manager? He says that he's upset with The Miz because he told him he had a special episode of Miz TV, but instead he just got in the ring, ran his mouth, and ran away like every other Miz TV. And that makes him want to punch him in the face. And then he remembers last week on Talking Smack about, how he made fun of Daniel Bryan not being able to wrestle once again. And he says that made him really want to punch him in the face. And then he remembers, how Miz gets into the ring and just copies his moveset very poorly, and then that really, really makes him want to punch him in the face. And then he was like, well, because I can't punch you in the face, that really, really, really makes me want to punch you in the face. He just really wanted to punch Miz in the face, and I can't blame him. He was like, since he can't do it, he knows two people who can, and he makes the match for WrestleMania. It's finally official. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and the Maurice. So that was cool. Great segment. Miz once again showing why he's one of the best in the WWE on the microphone. And of course, Nikki Bella just trying to generate some sympathy for them, trying to say that Maurice is lying about accusing her of, abusing her power on Total Divas and stopping her from coming to the WWE and all this other stuff. And I feel like when these two teams, or whatever you want to call them, are going to finally clash, these two couples, it's going to be crazy. These two are going to kill each other. They do not like each other, and it seems very, very personal. So I'm pretty excited for this match, even though I feel like all four can be doing something greater. This is pretty cool, a pretty cool idea. This is the first time I've seen a mixed tag team couples match at WrestleMania, and I think it'll be a good match. I'm pretty hyped for it. SmackDown has done a good job of getting me invested. So after that, we had another women's match. It was the women's champion Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James. This friendship didn't last long, and neither did this match. It was a little bit back and forth type of match. Alexa is feisty, man. She's short, but she packs a lot of punch and does a lot of damage. The match did seem a tad bit sloppy, which I'm kind of glad it didn't go that long because of that. Alexa seemed like she was dropping Mickie kind of prematurely, and it didn't look clean at all. It looked like she was like dropping her on her head and throwing her the wrong way, and Mickie wasn't bumping right or something. Something didn't look good in this match. But pretty much Mickie countered Alexa's moonsault knee combinations, or whatever that's called, and missed. And she caught her with the mid kick for the victory, and pretty much just getting some momentum heading into WrestleMania for the Women's Championship match. So like I said, I don't know what other women they're going to add. Hopefully Naomi. I believe Naomi is definitely going to be there. Maybe they could add somebody from NXT? Maybe. I'm thinking, there's one specific name I'm thinking. I'm not going to say it yet, but they would have to make her champion if they actually did it. So we'll see. We'll see what WWE does. We still got a few more weeks to WrestleMania, so I'm excited to see what we're gonna do and what's gonna happen here. SmackDown does a good job of getting me excited for WrestleMania, and I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen. So after that, they showed that AJ was still waiting backstage, and Renee Young asked him about his intentions of when Shane gets there. He says Mania is the ultimate thrill ride. He doesn't have a match, so he'll get his thrills how he can. And that's when Shane McMahon showed up. They opened up the garage or whatever, and the car that was, I guess, transporting him to the arena pulls up. And then he gets out, he grabs his bag or whatever, and he's just heading to the backstage area. And then out of nowhere, even though we knew he was there, AJ didn't, make himself seen. I guess he hid, and they just showed Shane McMahon. AJ comes out of nowhere, pushes this man into these steel metal grates or whatever and containers, and just started kicking his ass. He just started throwing him all over the place. He's throwing him in the cars and just everything he could find, just punching him, kicking him, doing whatever he could. He was literally taking Shane McMahon out. And it was a brutal attack. Then he tossed him into the window of a car, like one of the back windows of a car. He just tossed him into it, and then continued to stomp him a little bit after that. I think Fit Finlay had to break it up and get him away from him or whatever, so they could get him some medical attention. But AJ Styles is furious, and he unleashed his wrath upon Shane McMahon, and I thought it was awesome. Considering they're trying to build this match and make it seem important, I think they did that here by the brutal attack that AJ Styles laid on him, especially coming off of last week, how he was so fired up. It's good to see that he kept up that momentum and that anger that he had inside of him, and just unleashed it all on Shane McMahon. So that was cool. The top of Shane's head was bleeding, like it was literally split open. I'm like, oh my goodness, that man's gonna need staples or stitches or something like that. That's what it looked like. But it did get me excited for their match, which was the point of the whole thing. And I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. They come back from commercial, and Shane was being attended to and was pretty much refusing to go to the hospital. And that was pretty much the story going on for the rest of the night, that Shane didn't want medical attention and he didn't want to leave. He was fine. He was going to get himself together and he was going to be cool. So they updated, periodically for the rest of the night. Mojo, Rawley, and Dolph Ziggler pretty much did some spots having to do with Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Mojo kept tossing Ziggler out the ring until he got tired of it and just didn't get back in and took a count out. Didn't really care about this match, really. It didn't go long either. They're just trying to, continue storylines. They had a little segment last week, so I guess they're just trying to follow up on that. That's whatever. Then we get Randy Orton. He comes out to address Bray Wyatt. He comes out and says you can learn a lot from a Viper. They're cunning, fearless, and only strike when the time is perfect. He's been waiting for months and months and months for his opportunity. He could have attacked Bray Wyatt at any time, but an RKO was too easy, so he had to find out a way to break him down from the inside. If you can't beat him, join him. So he designed a plan to join the Wyatt family and get close to him. The more he stood by his side, the more the venom in his veins just grew deeper and deeper and deeper. So he said, once again, if you can't beat him, join him. And when you join him and the time is right, screw him. He found the one thing in Bray's world that he loves more than anything, and that's Sister Abigail. As the fire shined bright and he heard her soul scream, he saw Bray vulnerable for the first time. The face of fear had fear on his face. Now he's all alone, and the job is not yet over. He has one step to climb and finish off what he started. And that is why at WrestleMania he swears to God that he will take everything from Bray Wyatt. And then we get probably one of the best Bray Wyatt pop-up whatever vignette things I've ever seen. So he pops up on the screen and the camera's zoomed in on him. He's breathing hard and it's dark. You can barely see his face and it looks like he's like outside or something like that. And he's just like, "You're absolutely right, Randy. You're absolutely right. You have broken me." I'm not going to do the whole Bray Wyatt impression. He says he was helpless, naked, and stripped of all his power, but he found his way back home, or whatever is left of it, because Randy burned it down. He says he thought he burned the soul of Sister Abigail, but he should have known better. She's the spawn of Satan, forging in hell herself, or something like that. Her soul still beats from the black hearts of all her apostles. She bestows the power upon Bray now, and he's the Lord of Lords, and it's his duty to purge all of the infidels in this life. She lives through him now, internally. He's born again in her ashes, and he said he's going to baptize himself. And that's literally what he did. He picked up handfuls of what seemed to be ashes and started rubbing them on his arms and whatever, and he rubbed them on his face and was just breathing. It was really creepy, really eerie type of vignette, type of promo. It was just very, very strange and uncomfortable to watch, and that was great. I thought it was awesome. It was incredible. It made Bray seem like a damn badass, and I'm excited to see if Randy Orton can overcome him at WrestleMania, because now it seems like Bray is more stronger than he ever was. Randy Orton has, activated something down inside of him, and now he has the soul of Sister Abigail flowing through his veins, so that might make him more powerful than what he was in the beginning. So that could be very bad for Randy Orton, or it could be very good. It depends. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania. But yeah, I'm excited for this match as well. Pretty much excited for everything that SmackDown's doing. It didn't make sense to me at first. The story didn't, but now I don't feel bad for Bray anymore. When Randy Orton first did it, I did feel bad for Bray, and I thought that was kind of weird. But now, Bray has just completely lost it. He's lost it. This man has gone bonkers. I don't know what's wrong with him now. This man has baptized himself in ashes. Ashes. Literally ashes. And yeah, he's gone off the deep end, and maybe he's going to transform into a different character. Well, not a different character, but an even different entity than what he already is. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks leading up to Mania, but that was great. Baron Corbin backstage, standing next to the forklift he used on Ambrose last week. He was asked if he crossed the line. He said in his world, there are no lines. There are actions and consequences. He put Dean in the hospital, and if he decides to get up and come back to fight even more, he'll take everything else away from him, including his IC championship, and put him down for good. Man, that was a nice thing they did last week with Corbin and Dean Ambrose too. How he pinned him up under the forklift, even though of course we knew he wasn't really hurting him. But just the fact that they did something like that, something different, that was pretty cool. And now Dean has something to come back for. He went after Corbin and he paid a price for it, so now he's going to come back and try to get some revenge. And then we get, I guess, the main event, American Alpha versus the Usos. It didn't really seem like a main event though, because, you know, the whole time they were pretty much just they're just showing Shane McMahon backstage, like, you know, coming out of the trainer's office, and it looked like they were escorting him out. It was Finlay and Jamie Noble. They were like walking him out, you know, trying to make sure he got to the car okay. But then Shane turned around and was like, no, I'm not leaving. And they kept, you know, updating, saying I guess he's heading to the ring or he's heading out to the arena or whatever he was doing. And while we had the match going on, so I'm just trying to focus on the match, but at the same time they're showing Shane. So pretty much the Usos got the advantage over American Alpha in this match. It was kind of hard to follow it, like I said, because they were updating Shane McMahon. It was a solid match, but I feel like it would have been way better had they not been cutting to Shane McMahon the whole time. So yeah, the Usos won after American Alpha went for that electric chair finishing move that they do, and Gable got knocked off the top rope and got caught in between the ropes, or his knee got caught in the turnbuckle or something like that, and then the Usos hit a super kick on Jason Jordan, picked up the victory. So they'll probably get a tag team championship match, if not before WrestleMania, at WrestleMania. So that'll probably be set up next week or something, or maybe on Talking Smack. I don't know who's going to be on Talking Smack tonight. So that was it. And then, you know, they showed Shane after the match was over walking through Gorilla, and, you know, they gave him a microphone. He was asking for a microphone, and then he comes out and says AJ Styles complained about not having an opponent at WrestleMania. Now he does. And that was it. That was how SmackDown ended, and that's how that match is set up. So like I said, they were just setting up matches just like Raw was trying to do, setting up matches for WrestleMania and finishing up some storylines here and there, and just going forward. I think we've got, 3 weeks to WrestleMania? 2 weeks? Something like that. I feel like, man, WrestleMania is coming close. I think it's in April, right? I don't think it's at the end of the month. I think it's in April. So yeah, we're getting close to WrestleMania, which means all these storylines will come to an end very soon, and we will get probably some great matches, I hope. Hope this is a good WrestleMania. The last few have been pretty lackluster, to be honest. We've had some good matches here and there, but, you know, just as an overall pay-per-view, WrestleMania hasn't been that great. The atmosphere and the look of it has been great, just not the execution of it. So I hope they have some great matches and stuff, and have some great moments that we can look back on and be like, dang, that was a great WrestleMania. So let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown. I feel like it was a pretty average show. Wasn't a great show. Like I said, they're not doing anything extravagant. They're just trying to prepare for WrestleMania. Let me know down in the comment section down below how you guys felt. Did you believe Raw was better or SmackDown was better? I think SmackDown won this week, even though it wasn't, you know, an extravagant show. They didn't do anything just out of the ordinary. Just standard matches, standard promos. It was fine. But Raw was just terrible, so that's why I think SmackDown was better. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of that. Thank you guys for watching. Slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.